let's move on to the Monday Nighter. Monday night live stream right here on Pub Sports Radio. Las Vegas Raiders 3-4, 1-3 on the road at the Detroit Lions 5-2, 2-1 at home. We're at Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. Let's get into the spread here for this one. Sitting here with Detroit as 8.5-point favorites. Opened up at 7.5, now 8.5. It's a big number. Total sitting at 45 over at Pinnacle. That's where it opened. You see 45.5 on the board, and this 45 isn't real because it's minus 120 to the over, so it's not a real 45. Let's get into the cash flow for our Monday Nighter. 98% of the tickets and 98% of the cash on the Detroit line. 79% of the tickets and 81% cash on the under. NLMB in the chat says Lions by 50. Raiders come in off a horrific 30-12 loss at Chicago. Brian Hoyer was awful. 17-32 for 129 yards, no touchdowns, 2 picks, posted 37.1 passer rating. Aiden O'Connell was much better, but 10-13 for 75 yards, touchdown and a pick, but it's too little, too late. Devontae Adams caught 7 for 57. Jacoby Myers caught 7 for 50 and a touchdown. They expect Jimmy G to be back this week, so that's the expectation. Jacobs ran 11 times for 35 yards, caught 1 pass for 6 yards. He looked bad. He's looked bad all year. They were 2 of 9 for third down, 1 of 2 in the red zone. They're ranked 25th in the league in red zone and 22nd in the league third down. This defense did squad ass nothing, absolutely nothing. Caught no pressure whatsoever. Finished with 2 sacks, 3 quarterback hits. It was ugly. Lions coming off being lit up and smoked 38-6 by the Ravens. Baltimore had scored touchdowns 4 times before Detroit got a first down. Jared Goff, 33 of 53 for 284 yards. But he only got the Lions into the red zone once. Amon-Ra St. Brown caught 13 for 102. Jahmyr Gibbs replaced Montgomery, ran 11 times for 68. Touchdown, caught 9 for 58. The Lions had won 4 straight, all by at least 14 points, and then get torched. And they'd scored at least 20 points in 15 straight games. Their defense was atrocious. I mean, they let the Ravens put up 503 total yards, go 5 of 6 in the red zone. Lions are 21st in the league, allowing touchdowns on 57.9% of opponents' red zone drives. But their 4th and third down percentage, they're only allowing firsts on 33.3% of third downs. So they're good there. But they got no pressure. It was the least amount of pressure I've ever seen the Lions create, in the Campbell era. 0 sacks, 1 quarterback hit. The Ravens had 8 pass plays of at least 20 yards. It was just appalling, absolutely appalling how bad both of these teams played last week. Take it away for us here, Troy, the Monday Nighter Raiders-Lions.
The run pass option for Baltimore keeps that defense at bay. I mean, those defensive ends get too far up the field, they will get crushed. Lamar Jackson is punishing people in the run pass option, and it's pretty clear. So I kind of want to cut the Lions a little bit of slack because we've seen the same thing when the Ravens played the Browns. Now the Browns are taking a little bit more risks probably, but I take that back because after the Lions got down 28-0 in a matter of minutes, they're probably getting ready to, unloading at that point as well. I want to back off as much as possible. I love the way his metrics look. He has the highest PFF rating in passes of 10+ yards. So many metrics points how elite this guy's been, and his success rate drops considerably against pressure, but the Raiders are bottom of the league when it comes to pressure rate on the quarterback, and that's even with Max Crosby. I mean, they only have 3 players on this Raiders defense that grade out above average, and only one of them is elite in Crosby. The other 2 are just slightly, barely above average. Lions are 4-0 straight up in ATS off a loss since last November, winning by margin, 14 points, 14, 31, 26, and 6. The 6 was versus a dog. Any way you slice it, I just think the Lions don't lose this game. The database and the trends say this is a very lucrative teaser leg as well. Home favorites in this range, 35-6, 85% ATS since 2018. Home favorites in this range off a loss, 15-2, 88% since 2018. Also, home teams that closed -8 or -8.5 at Pinnacle last year, 7-1 ATS. I think this is the final leg to all my teasers. I have 4 teasers. They all finish with the Lions, and that will be the Monday Night Football game. So I might have an opportunity to hedge a little bit, but we'll see how the week progresses.
You have the Lions -2 with the Eagles -0.5. Lions -2 with the Bills -2.5. The Lions -2 with the Steelers +8.5. And the Lions -2 with the Titans +8.5. So do you feel like the Lions defense will be angry and much better because I do. And if that's the case, I mean, they are a beaten up squad, but if that's the case, I see this market moving towards the over, so there's no point to bet it now. But do you have interest in the under on the Monday nighter?
I always have interest in the Monday nighter. And when it comes to the total and going under the total, I definitely have interest. I think the Lions defense is not elite. I think they are a middle of the pack defense. Maybe I'd say above average, maybe not elite, maybe in between average and elite. Somewhere in between there is where the Lions are falling until they get fully healthy, right? Yeah, I'm definitely interested in under.
I'm gonna see how high it goes at this point, but Troy bullish on the Detroit Lions, and the Sunday night and the Monday night game this week are not appealing spots for me at all. And when we started this card, I had a ton of action, and then it started dwindling.